an artist's depiction of the Ariane 6 main stage after strap-on booster separation. Credit ESA video still less MUREAUX, France and Washington. Europe's upcoming Ariane 6 rocket, though designed to be expendable, could one day sport a reusable engine, according to Patrick Bonget, head of the Ariane 6 program at Ariane Group. Whether or not the rocket would ever use that engine, called Prometheus, depends on whether Ariane 6 manufacturer Ariane Group, formerly Airbus Safran Launchers, finds enough benefit for the European launch sector. So far, the merits of reusable rockets to Ariane Group are unclear at best, Bonget said, but the company is researching the technology to be ready for implementation should it prove worthwhile. We could replace Vulcain 2.1 by Prometheus, Bonget told Space News. Or Prometheus can be the first break to build the next generation. We will see where we are in 2025 or 2030, and then decide on the right time whether to go one way or the other. The Ariane 6's maiden flight is scheduled for 2020, meaning the rocket would fly for at least 5 years or longer in an expendable configuration with Vulcain 2.1, a streamlined version of the Ariane 5's Vulcain 2 liquid engine with the same performance. Ariane Group's Prometheus engine received a substantial budget boost this year from the European Space Agency, which is paying the company via a fixed-price contract to build the Ariane 6 as a successor to the Ariane 5. ESA is supplying €85 million $91 million through its Future Launchers Preparatory Program, and began funding Prometheus in June. Bonget said Ariane Group is studying reusability with Prometheus in order to be sure to take the right path at the right moment. Those efforts are mostly to prevent Europe from being caught flat-footed in the wake of other reusable launch systems, namely from SpaceX and now also Blue Origin. Reusability is far from a primary focus, however. We still have not understood, would we save money by reusing at least with our launch rate, he asked. We hope to launch 12 times a year. If we reuse 12 times, that means we only manufacture 1 time per year. It is difficult for us to have that. Bonget said reusability would essentially erase the production efficiencies Ariane Group is striving for, starving the Ariane 6 industrial base of the work upon which it relies. A smaller tiptoe into reusability could come through salvaging Ariane 6's payload fairings. Swiss manufacturer reusable is developing reusable fairings, which Bonget said are of interest to Ariane Group. We are discussing with reusable, he said. They have presented to us their concept. If it is working, and if it is bringing cost savings, we will be happy to accommodate it. Ariane Group is seeking a 40% price reduction for the Ariane 6 compared to the Ariane 5. The biggest difference between the Ariane 5 and the Ariane 6 is the way the two rockets will be produced, Bonget said. Compared to the Ariane 5, Europe's Ariane 6 is factoring in production at the design stage. This includes leveraging an extended enterprise concept where Ariane Group co-designs components with suppliers. Having production efficiency at the forefront of development will allow the rocket to be lower cost yet still reliable, he said. Ariane 6 is basically an industrialization of Ariane 5. So, it is not a brand new design. The innovations are more to make it robust to manufacture, Bonget said. Ariane Group also gains cost savings by leveraging the combined resources of French and German rocketry expertise, which was previously stratified as Airbus and Safran. Bonget said it is a rational step to further integrate other parts of the Ariane 6 industrial base, but ESA member states would likely reject such integration to prevent losing domestic competencies. A third means of cost reduction and improved production efficiency is with additive manufacturing, or 3D printing. Bonget said the Ariane 6 will likely have around a dozen 3D printed parts, compared to just one on the Ariane 5. Ariane Group is primarily using 3D printing to streamline the production of complicated equipment that is otherwise difficult to machine. The company is also using 3D printing to create an addition to the upper stage called the Auxiliary Power Unit (APU), which is fully 3D printed, he said. The APU is a low-thrust system that enables Da Vinci upper stage to drop satellites in multiple orbits for constellation deployment, and can also assist in deorbiting the stage at the end of each mission. Bonget said the Ariane 6 is holding to its 2020 schedule, but Ariane Group had to invest its own non-ESA resources into the test program to hold to that date. He didn't label the size of the investment, but said Ariane Group is building an additional upper stage in order to perform tests in parallel with the lower stage. Bonget said Ariane Group will perform tests of the fully integrated Ariane 6 in the second half of 2019 into early 2020. In 2018, test firings will begin for the Avio-supplied strap-on solid rocket boosters, he said. Ariane Group and Ariane Space plan to overlap launches of Ariane 5 and Ariane 6 until around 2023. Bungut said commercial demand for the Ariane 6 looks promising enough that the company is considering 5 launches in 2022. Ariane Space bought 6 more Vega and 4 Vega C from Avio last month, has yet to place an order for Ariane 6 rockets with Ariane Group. To keep schedule, Ariane Group is already buying long lead items for the first batch. We have already ordered long lead items covering up to Launcher 15 already in order to be on time, he said. Industry is anticipating the start of production this way. We are doing this because there is an exploitation readiness key point organized by ESA and member states at the end of this year taking place in November-December, with the final outcome in March where the member states will formally endorse Ariane Space with the operational role of Ariane 6. So far the first Ariane 6 customer is the European Commission for 2 Galileo launches. Bungut said Ariane Group is still waiting on a commitment from the European Commission to aggregate European government demand into a binding commitment for at least 5 Ariane 6 launches per year. This need, in order to ensure stable demand for the rocket, is confirmed in principle but has yet to be confirmed in a contractual manner, he said. This story was provided by Space News, dedicated to covering all aspects of the space industry.